A data center is a building that houses the physical hardware components that enable the secure storage, processing, and transfer of large quantities of digital data. These components include IT gear, for example, servers and hard drives, and the equipment that facilitates its operation, for example, generators, batteries, air conditioning and cooling units, fire suppression systems, transformers, and fiber cables. Data centers are also an income-producing real estate asset. Rather than building their own data centers to accommodate their storage and processing operations, tech companies such as cloud service providers with significant computing and storage needs may find it more efficient to sign a lease with the data center owner. The data center owner will provide the power access and building infrastructure in exchange for rent. Unlike other commercial real estate asset classes, rent for data centers is determined by the amount of power available to the tenant, usually denominated in euros per kilowatt hour. In our view, it benefits from strong secular forces within the technology sector. For example, forces such as the growth of internet penetration, increased connectivity, and the growing data intensity of internet traffic have translated into sustained growth in the amount of data consumed. This is estimated to grow fourfold from 2018 to 2023. Another driver of demand is the migration of business IT services to the cloud, which companies usually accomplish by working with large cloud service providers like Microsoft, Google, or Amazon Web Services that use hyperscale computing to process large quantities of client data. These companies are known as hyperscalers, and they are expected to see their cloud service revenues to grow from $41 billion in 2018 to $230 billion in 2023, which demonstrates the magnitude of this trend. These hyperscalers are also the largest data center tenants worldwide. One interesting feature of this cloud migration trend is its potential resilience to recession. Cloud services can provide customers with greater flexibility and potential cost savings as they can scale their capacity up or down depending on their needs. Also, during a recession, many companies may actually increase their IT spending as they seek to automate various processes or create efficiencies across the firm. In both cases, greater use of cloud services can translate into even greater revenue potential for hyperscalers and their demand for data center capacity. Amidst the robust demand environment, Europe as a whole is undersupplied in data center capacity on a per capita basis relative to the US. Even Tier 1 markets, which generally refer to a group of Western European markets where the overwhelming majority of Europe's data center capacity sits, namely Frankfurt, London, Amsterdam, and Paris, are currently 5 years behind the US in terms of installed capacity. Tier 2 markets and Tier 3 markets are even further behind. In the coming years, we expect to see convergence in growth trends between the US and Europe, as well as within Europe, for two primary reasons. The first is the growing penetration of low latency applications, which requires localized data storage and processing closer to the end users. The second catalyst for growth in localized data center capacity in Europe is the rise of data protection and digital sovereignty regulations. We are most excited about the opportunity in Tier 2 and Tier 3 European data center markets. Here, the lack of existing capacity presents considerable white space to build data centers and to do so at development economics that are materially more attractive than what can be achieved for data centers in Tier 1 markets or for other real estate sectors.